Good morning. Hey, so today is a really snowy day here in the Midwest in Ohio, and I thought get outside instead of getting on the treadmill today and get some exercise by shoveling snow. And so with my honey, that's what I did today. And I thought pancakes, we have pancakes all the time. I think I've done a video for you guys. But what about waffles? Just because we deserve it after shoveling the sidewalk and the driveway. So today we are gonna have waffles, and I've done a little prep to get started for you guys. And if you want to hear more about this, come on over to my YouTube channel, The Leftover Ninja, and you will be able to see the full video there. But my name's Vinny, and I am the Leftover Ninja. Thanks for joining me. So let's get started. So I've got my prep all ready together before I got started. I'm gonna tell you what, getting started on doing videos, I want to just give you the end result, but many of my friends, and I've gotten some feedback that said, hey, can you show us more of what you're doing? We don't mind if they're longer videos. I'm like, who wants to hear me talk? Who wants to just be on the video? But today I'm gonna do what I did with the pancake one, but this time it's going to be a better video because I won't have it in two parts. It'll just be the whole thing. So I have already in my bowl my dry ingredients mixed, and this is 2 cups of flour. I wrote it down so I didn't have to stutter or forget. 2 cups of flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, 4 teaspoons of baking powder. So that's 1 tablespoon plus a teaspoon, if that's how you measure, or you can do all teaspoons, 1, 2, 3, 4. But 3 teaspoons make a tablespoon. That's how I usually measure to save myself time, and also it's just fun math, right? And then 1 tablespoon of sugar. So I've already whisked them together so that they're ready to go. I'm just stirring them up. And so then in my second bowl, I have 1 3/4 cups of milk, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 stick of butter that had been melted and cooled. So make sure you cool it before you add your milk. And then I have 2 eggs, and I separated mine. I feel like this will give me the height that I'm looking for. I've not done it in the past, but I'm doing it now because as I've grown and developed as a home cook and a foodie, if you will, I've noticed that when I separate the eggs and whisk them separately, you know, I'm gonna get the yellows really nice and fluffy and pale. You know, I use brown eggs, so if you have high quality eggs, I recommend all high quality ingredients. I use Fairlife as my milk because it is very diabetic friendly, because I'm gonna be indulging in such decadent food. I try to do the best with what will be good for my body and then others in the house. So I used Fairlife, which is lower in sugar, and it's also high in protein. So you can really help balance out when you're putting carbs in with protein. It really goes through your bloodstream slower, and that's for anybody who, whether you're diabetic or you're watching how you eat. I really try to be, I got a stick of butter, so I'm not saying these are healthy, but I try to make adjustments where I can so that I can feel less guilty about enjoying them. All right, so back to what we're doing. I didn't whisk up the egg whites yet. I thought we'd do that together. So one of the things that I've noticed as I've been making my pancakes, what's been making them really awesome and fluffy and light is separating the eggs and incorporating a lot of air into the egg whites. You can use your handy dandy mixer. I didn't feel like using mine today. I often use mine, but today I just wanted to put even more love by using my hands. So that's what I'm doing. You do whatever you like. Use your wire whisk to get these fluffier, but it's not required. It's just something I've noticed that putting any amount of additional air into the eggs make a big difference. Okay? All right. So now that I have that all mixed up, what I plan to do is add my wet ingredients minus the egg, and I'm just gonna mix it. Remember, I mentioned over mixing for anything. I was making the sliders the other day. You don't want to over mix because you can dry things out. In baking, it makes things tough, and when you're working with meats, it'll make them tough a little bit and drier. So don't over mix. You know, don't get too, don't get like, oh, I can't have clumps, or no, that's gonna be too clumpy. The clumps are what make the fluffiness. Did you know that? You know, over the years, I've begun to become more of a student of other cooks and chefs, and learning a lot of the reasons why. Now, I knew I needed the clumps and I shouldn't over mix, but I wasn't really sure as to why. So while I'm mixing this, I want you to know I have my my Belgian waffle maker already out. These should make Belgian waffles, the big ones. I have it out already, heating up. I sprayed it with oil. You can do that before you get started, and we'll shift over there in a minute, but that's about as much stirring as we need to do. Look at that. Still kind of clumpy. I'm gonna go ahead and whisk in my eggs, or add them in. Again, they're brown eggs, so you get that really, really rich color. All right, take this over to the sink. And if you're like me, gotta add a little water, so when it's time to clean up, it's a very easy cleanup. Gonna mix this in, and then the final mix will be my my egg whites. All right, thanks for joining me today. Again, I am Vinny, and I'm the Leftover Ninja. That's what I call myself, because most things, times I'm always really thinking about what's in my pantry, what I have on hand, and trying to reduce food waste and save money. And really, it's kind of a challenge, and it's so much fun to try to do that again. I don't think my honey knows I'm recording, so he's in the back talking pretty loudly. So I mixed that in. So the last thing I am going to mix in are the egg whites. Now I'm just gonna fold these as gently as possible. Even though we didn't fluff them up, you could add a little more volume to yours by whisking longer. It's not necessary for this recipe. Whoa, I'm just trying it out with you guys here today. So again, rinse, rinse, rinse. And so folding them in. And right here today, we're gonna discover if that makes a big difference, because you can mix them in together. But I wanted to try something, so I am making sure that I don't over mix, but we're gonna still have clumps. Now, I'm not sure, because I haven't made waffles in a while, other than the sweet potato waffle that you saw that are gluten-free and vegan. And I'm gonna make those again on camera, because I really like those. They're made with oats, and then I kind of pulverize my oats into flour for those. And so we'll make those one day. And then I've been thinking about savory. One of my good friends who actually encouraged me to start sharing my food and my process had mentioned savory waffles. So I'm thinking about those, because we got a lot of leftover chili that's be coming out of the freezer that might be good with some cornbread waffles. So I have here 2/3 measuring cup. So we're all mixed up, right? And so I have here a 2/3 measuring cup. I'm gonna let my batter rest about 5 minutes. So while we're letting it rest, I'm gonna grab some pre-cut hot Bob Evans sausage. We have Meatless Monday, so yesterday I didn't do a video, but I did post a picture. So if you are following me on Instagram, definitely go look at Leftover Ninja 51 there. But here on this channel, I'm the Leftover Ninja. If you love what I'm doing, please share with more people, because I want the message of food waste and talking about using things on hand. Often people don't know, they throw things away. Let's stop doing that. There's so many people who, if you packed it up, you could take it and share it, but also your family could be repurposed and represented to them. Very exciting all the time. So anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. What was I going to tell you about? Oh, letting this rest about 5 minutes. I'm going to grab the sausage, put it in the air fryer. Excuse me. I'm going to have some Morningstar patties instead. But for others who are going along with my meatless days, I'm going to reward them with meat. I'm working really hard to embrace some of the plant-based life. So obviously there's dairy in this, but where I can, I make adjustments. I think that we're too hard on ourselves when we are trying to get healthy or do new things. I think along the way, it just makes sense to do things as you can so you don't not do them. A lot of times you go on these really fad diets, and then you find that, oh my gosh, I can't keep up with it. Well, things have to be a part of your life, your lifestyle, instead of making these grand changes. So over time, I'm going to reduce to less meat products and more plant-based. So I'm working on that. This month, so January was Meatless Monday, and this month in February, we're going to do 2 days a week that are meatless. I haven't decided if it's Wednesday or Thursday. It may just be my choice because I can do that. I don't know. Somebody said Thursday, somebody said Wednesday. How about when I feel like it? All right, but let me go ahead and get the sausage. So yeah, I cut them up already. I preheated my air fryer for them to go in, and I'll just cook them while I continue to work on making our waffles, and they'll be ready. One of the things I'm thinking about doing is making a quick little banana sauce, like banana caramel sauce for the pancakes. If you want them, you can have it. If you don't, it'll be in there for other things. But I like to make those little sauces if I make a quick sour cream pound cake or anything like that. You can always drizzle, warm them, drizzle, add a little extra flavor. I don't throw these things away. So keep in mind, you might have these little tiny containers all in there with things, and they all come in handy. So stop throwing things away. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna throw this away. I said stop throwing things away, and here I'm throwing that away. But anyway, my oven has been pre-warmed, so it's already warming so that when I'm ready to put the waffles in, they will stay warm until everything is ready. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna do like an egg or anything. I think waffles and some sausage will be enough for me personally. If I was having kind of a brunch with a bunch of people, I might make more things to round it out, but it's just us. And you know, this is a reward for shoveling all that snow. All right, let's get started. They are really, whoa, this is really hot already. I can see the smoke. I don't know if you guys could. I'm gonna turn you guys a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and add my batter right here in the center of my waffle iron. I got a little spatula here. Well, not little, but I have a spatula to get out some of the additional batter. You don't want to overfill to make a mess, but you do want to get enough in there. I'm just going to add just a little bit more. And then I'm going to close it. I'm going to give it some time. So you know, are you waffles or pancakes or French toast? I love to make French toast because I actually prefer it as I've gotten older. I make it with, I'll tell you real quick, I love to use cinnamon bread, or you can use regular bread if that is all you have. Use what's on hand. Don't run out and make big shopping trips all the time. But, you know, brioche bread is really great. You can get the loaves, or it can already be sliced. So mine is just simply, ooh, I can hear them cooking. Simply eggs. I usually use like half and half or a whole milk, and then nutmeg and cinnamon. I love nutmeg over cinnamon, so you may hear me always throwing nutmeg at things you wouldn't necessarily throw things at, but that's what I like. So anyway, nutmeg and cinnamon, some kind of milk-based product, and then eggs, and then I add about 2 teaspoons or almost a tablespoon of cornstarch, and that helps keep the batter on the bread. And then I do about a tablespoon of sugar and get that really mixed up very well. And then I just put my bread in and I coat it and I put it on my griddle. So I was just talking to somebody about French toast, and because I brought it up, I thought I'd share that with you. What else are we working on? So I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead, because I thought about the banana sauce, I am going to cut that stuff up, bring it over. I had it pulled out because I thought I might make it, and I'm still in the mood to do that. So let me get a cutting mat. Man, I should have got on with you guys after I moisturized my lips, so forgive me. And there's no filters, no makeup, because we shoveled, like I said, and came back in, and I thought, hey, I want to treat us with some waffles. We had a banana that was already, somebody had half of it, so I just cut off the brown part, and we're gonna still use it, right? Yeah, of course, because we use as much of what we can in our pantries. One day I'll take you down to my little pantry of things I buy or things that have been given to me. Sometimes I'm like, no, I don't want it. But then I say yes because I'm thinking, I might can use that at some point. I don't always use it, but I'll think of something. And sometimes I'll play around with looking at recipes online that include ingredients I have. And then I make the ingredients work with what I'm working with. So I just took a banana and a half, and I'm chopping it up. And then what I'll do is put a little brown sugar, butter, and vanilla, and a little white sugar in a pan, and I will melt that and make a little sauce for either the waffles or something else, because I think I want that on my waffle. Let's see. It is ready, and it is gorgeous. I need a spatula or something to chop it out. I'm gonna use my tiny tongs. Whoa. Look at that, y'all. Beauty. So made that one. I'm gonna go ahead and get another one started. So 2/3 cup and maybe a tiny bit more makes what you're looking for this particular recipe and this Belgian maker. So just a little bit more, not that much. You, like I said, do not overcrowd your waffle iron or you will have a mess. Don't want that. So here we go, here we go, here we go. So excited, y'all. All right, so this whole notion about reducing waste through the food avenue is really important to me. I think about one of the things I'd like to do is start doing some cooking classes with some of my friends, or not really classes, but spend time trying to see what they have and then coming up with what's gonna work for that meal that day for their family. So be on the lookout for that. I got a lot of plans to share with you guys. But again, in the comments, you can tell me what you have and let's talk to each other. Not getting a lot of people talking yet, but I'm hoping to. So like I said, we're gonna make this sauce that's cooking. I'm gonna, what I have today is the Land O'Lakes Creamy. And it's salted. I know there's a lot of controversy about salted and unsalted. I like using salted butter for some things sometimes because it adds, with the sweetness, it reduces it reduces my need to add more salt, but it also gives you that nice balance between so much sugar. And I'm sure if I was in a different place, I could use, I'm going to use a little less than half a stick for this. It's about 3 tablespoons, okay? So I'm gonna go on over and a couple things. I'm gonna put these in the oven and I'll be right back with you. And you just wanna put them right on your rack. I'm fortunate I have a double oven, so if you wanted to be cooking something else, you could be, but I put that waffle right on the rack so it can stay warm. So I'm gonna get my fire going for this little sauce I'm making, and really excited to put that on my waffle today. So I hear it working still. I think this is gonna make about, when I look at it, about 6 waffles. So once I make the sauce, I will let you guys go and get your mise en place, your prep together to make this. Once again, let's talk about what I used today. I used 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, not 1 teaspoon, a fourth a teaspoon of salt, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. I whisk those dry ingredients together in a large bowl because we're going to eventually add all wet ingredients to it. There's 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 3/4 cup of milk, and then 1 stick of butter that had been melted and cooled, and that's all combined and whisked together in a separate bowl. And then what I did was I separated my eggs, the whites from the yellow, beat and added more air into them so we could get these beautiful light and fluffy waffles that I just showed you came out perfectly. Only thing is, I'm wondering if I should have sprayed again. See, I get distracted, but that's okay. Cooking can be fun, and it doesn't have to be such a glamorous thing. We watch all those chefs, and everything's so perfect. They got a team of people, but it's just you and I today. Me in the kitchen with you. Thank you for joining me again. If you're just tuning in, I am the Leftover Ninja. At least that's what I call myself. And if you hit like and share and subscribe so that you don't miss any of the videos that I put up. All right, so we are waiting. I hear the steam coming out. My waffle maker is not one of the expensive ones either. I've had this for like 20 years. And it is a Proctor Silex. And I'm waiting for the light to show up to tell me it's ready. I got this butter on, so I'm gonna go right in with it. I'm not measuring. I'm gonna eyeball how much sugar I want, and then I'm gonna sprinkle a little nutmeg and then add my bananas. So I would say it's gonna be about a 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar and probably about 1/4 cup of white sugar. And once again, you do what you want. You can probably try it with honey. And so I just got that in. Let's put the sugar back so that I don't have this mess. I'm gonna take a whisk it up in here, and then I'm gonna add I gotta turn my heat down. I'm getting ahead of myself. So gonna add a little vanilla. Let's see, I got a little vanilla paste I'm gonna add. Whoa, I didn't do as good with the measurement on this one, but it's still gonna be delicious. And that's the thing, I'm not afraid to show you some of the imperfections. This side is a little smaller, and that's okay. It's it's probably one I will eat because I usually take the imperfect product for myself. I am gonna spray just to make sure we don't have any mishaps on this next one. And I've turned my heat all the way down on my stove. I wish I could take you all the way over there. Haven't quite figured out how to maneuver that unless I have somebody else in the kitchen with me, and I don't. So It's kind of me just talking you through what I'm gonna make over there. And let's just pray it doesn't burn because I'm over here. All right, get that going. Uh-oh, almost. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the bananas to the melted mixture I mentioned. It's about half a cup of, you hear that? Yum. I'm gonna turn that all the way down. Half a cup of dark brown sugar. So this is gonna be a very dark looking sauce, which I don't mind because I'm out of light brown sugar. So I use what I have, like I told you guys. Rinse my hands off a little bit. Those bananas. Move it around, make sure it's low. Get them. I'm not gonna cook them to like, to death, but I do want, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a little of this paste in here. I'm gonna eyeball that too. When I'm baking or cooking things that are a batter, I'm much more precise because it is much of an art, not an art like cooking. It's more of a science there, and you can really, really mess up. So I turned the heat off because it was getting pretty hot, but it's a science more than just an art. Like cooking on top of the stove is often as you please in the amounts of the ingredients, but baking, you want to be precise and measure level ingredients and until you know that recipe, and you can make your own adjustments based on your knowledge. Okay, all right. So the sauce, I turn the heat all the way down. And I think I need just a little bit more butter to make this as smooth as I want it. And I've not made this before with dark brown sugar, so that could be my drawback here. So I'm gonna get just a little more butter. But thank you guys for being patient while I have to walk away and sticking with me on this video. All right, I think a half a stick would have been the best measure, so next time I shouldn't doubt myself, and you don't either. So I'm just gonna let that melt in because the brown sugar is pretty thick, and it's broken up my bananas like I didn't necessarily want, but who cares? It's gonna be good anyway. I can smell it. It smells decadent. So all this is butter. Brown sugar is best, but if you don't have it, don't fret. Use what you have. And then a half a stick of butter. This is a lot of butter today, so if you shoveled the snow, then you deserve it. And you could still get on the treadmill. I don't recommend this for every day. It's about balanced, healthy lifestyle. I don't believe in absolutes. Nothing is every, all, nothing. Things are often, sometimes, maybe. So I got this all mixed up, and just 3 ingredients. And so it's kind of, the brown sugar does take over a little bit, but let me go ahead and taste it. It tastes real good anyway. So sometimes things aren't as pretty as you want, and I'm okay with that. What I could do, if I wanted it to look super pretty, I could cut up a few more bananas and add at the end, so then you have what's mixed into the sauce. And then what you can do is cut up some to put a little sauce over it, and some fresh bananas that have not been cooked. And then that's how you can do it. So thanks guys for joining me today. We've made 3 waffles together, and I'm gonna put this one in the oven and start my sausage because I forgot. But I'm gonna make the rest of these waffles, and I hope that your family enjoys this recipe as much as I think we will. And like I said, put things in the comment. I am Vinny, the Leftover Ninja. Thank you for joining me. Have an excellent day. Be well, be safe, be kind.